tells me I hold the phone wrong. It tells me to hold it like this, so. How's that? Better, Tina? Anyway, you hear that running behind me? Let's take a look. Briggs & Stratton, double overhead cam, twin engine. Alright, see how it's running? Pull the oil fill cap off. Look at that. That blow by. I suspect we got a broken valve drain or something. Let's check it out. It's probably a bent push rod or something. Oh, yep, there it is. Push rod's not even connected. Alright, we'll set up the GoPro, show you how I'm going to fix this. Alright, so we see the push rod's off and this is floating. So how I do it, Karen, are you paying attention? Because you're going to learn something from Papa Kenny. Alright, so I pull the plug out. Actually, pull the plug wire off. Pull the plug out. I'd be very surprised if this plug's fouled. Seeing it wasn't firing. Perfect plug, look at that. It wasn't firing. Right. I'm going to pull the other side off as well. And that one's pretty fouled. Alright. Okay, I put a tie wrap in there. Now you're going to watch this thing come out. Just letting you know the piston's coming up the top dead center. See it moving? A little at a time. Right there. It's pretty loose. So the adjustment needs a 4 to 6 thousandths. That's a very hard feeler gauge to find, that size. All I got is a 6 thousandths. So as you clearly can see, it's loose. It should stick going in there. So this is how you adjust them. You take a 13mm wrench. Hopefully this is going to fit. Okay. 1/4 inch Torx bit. And you're going to loosen the nut. You're going to try. Okay. Now you're going to tighten this down. That's a little. So I like to tighten it, then loosen it, and it should pop right in. See that? Pop right in. Now, I leave that there, and you tighten it up. It may take you a couple times. That's good. So it's a little bit tight, but I'm also big on my feeler gauge. Now I'm going to back it off just a little bit. There we go, perfect. Just slides in there. Now you're going to do the same thing, go all the way around for this one to come up to top dead center. I'm going to take this out of there, and you just watch. It'll come up, you'll see this starting to move, and then when it reaches top dead center, you'll see this stop. Alright, same thing on this one. Alright, so we know that didn't move, right? I'm going to push it in a little farther. I'm going to go back the other way. There you go. See it? Right there. So basically what happens is you got, these are two valves. You got an intake where the motor turns over to the camshaft that pushes up on the lifter here. Opens the valve, and as the piston's going down, it sucks air and fuel into the cylinder. Then the timing, it fires a spark plug, pushes the piston back up, and at the same time it's rotating, the exhaust valve opens, and then the exhaust can escape out. So that's what these do. I should explain that a little bit better in the beginning. Alright, anyways, we got this at the top dead center, and yeah, we got loosey there, so let's see if we can adjust it. My field gauge is getting worn out, but as you can see, that's about the thing. You make sure that's tight. Not too tight. Same procedure. 13 millimeter wrench. I should have taken this off. It would have been made a heck of a lot easier. Alright, so let's stick the basically the wrench is holding a nut, and the nut locks down. It keeps it where your adjustment is. I hope I explained myself. Would help if the push rod was back in there. Alright. Boy, that thing was backed right out. Takes a little time, like I said. Alright, so as you see, I'm adjusting it, but I'm out of adjustment. I can't adjust it no more, and it's not even close. So that means it needs a camshaft. You know, I got way much too lot of clearance. It will run. I don't know how long, but it will run. I want to put the plugs in it and go from there. I think I got another camshaft hanging around from an old motor. So yeah, that's in there all the way. So I'm out of adjustment. That means a 1-out camshaft. A little bit further than I thought. I've worked on these things to know enough that when it's running like that, it's usually they usually bend. Here's a push rod. This is an exhaust one. It's an intake one. Let me put this back together. We're gonna start it up and see how it runs anyway. I'll put the plugs back in it. But I know this engine's gonna all come apart. Take it out. Put it on a bench, and I'll have to put a camshaft in it, I guess. I'm just gonna start it up and see what it does. I should just blow it up. See how long do you think it's gonna last when I start it? That's from driving it. People just don't, when you're using something every day and it don't seem right and it's running terrible, why keep running it? It's not going to get any better. That's what I call fixing stupid. I rebuilt one of these from used parts. I had a motor with a broken crank rod. I took it all out. I took it out. I took the engine all apart. I took a piston out of another one with all the parts, all used parts that I made, and that thing's still running to this day. I think I even used the old head gaskets over. But it's another project for Papa Kenny. All right, let me back you guys up a little bit, and we're gonna start it up, see how it sounds anyway. That don't sound good. Alright, unfortunately, I didn't fix it, as you've seen. It's only running on one cylinder. But, what can I do? I'll have to take the engine out, see what I got for old parts around here, and rebuild one. It'll be good content. I appreciate you all watching, and I hope you have learned something. If you didn't learn anything, you weren't paying attention. Right, Karen? Alright. We're gonna wrap it up for today. Tomorrow's another day. Start ripping this engine out and see what I got for spare parts. Thanks for watching. Alright, I got the engine out on the operating table. Let's tear this thing down and take a look at that camshaft. Fuel pump. Alright, take this thing off. Put it aside. I'm going to take you guys over here. Take the rest of this off. Tin work, and we'll take the cover off. think like 3 sockets, take this whole thing apart. Alright. Oh, it's holding this on. Alright. Take all these bolts all around. There it is. Alright. Here's your oil pump. Right here's the oil pump. This gear here, which comes off, drives that and the camshaft. These have to be in time. Oh. Don't lose the shim. Thanks. Before I take that all the way out, pull these push rods out of here. One steel one, one aluminum. The aluminum one is your exhaust. The steel one's the intake. Same thing. Alright, now when I pull this out, there's going to be some cones in there. I call them cones. They're lifters that these things ride in and out of, and they ride on the cam globe. See the cam globes here? This cam actually looks perfect. Alright, So here's what I was talking about, the lifter. There's 4 of them. Push rod goes in here, rides up and down on them cams, and that's what opens and closes those rockets. So alright. Okay, this head just comes off with 4 bolts. That head pops right off. Alright, so I pull that head off, and there's our problem, a bent valve. That's why I couldn't get adjustment. I should have probably seen that before I pulled the whole inside apart, but I wanted to check it anyways. I would have pulled it either way, but there's our problem. So I couldn't get no adjustment if you look at it. So I got a used head, I got some gaskets. I'm gonna throw it all back together and pray for a Hail Mary. Alright, we're gonna keep at it. Alright, I got the head on. Used gasket too, but I'm gonna stick these back in. I wanted to show you one. There's just a little groove in here that they slide in. Okay? Nothing wrong with the camshaft. I'm just gonna put it right back in, but I'm gonna get some kind of assembly lube. Okay, gotta be careful not to lose them. Slides into a little groove in there. What is the problem here? Going in straight. I don't know what the problem. There it is. Okay. That spins, that hits some lifters, that push on the push rods, that lift the rocker arms. That's lifting your, opening and closing your valves. Hope I explained that. Alright, so let me get a flashlight. Here's that old camshaft, but there's a little dot right there on one of the teeth. That has to be timed with the camshaft when you put this on. This gear also has a dot on it. So I'm going to turn this thing around till we get to... Right, so I got the dot straight up and down at 6 o'clock. And this has got a keyway on it. It can only go one way. So I'm going to turn this till I get that dot close, lined up. Lost the dot. Oh, there it is. It actually lines right up with the keyway. So let me get that keyway up. You have to, it can't even be 1 tooth off. The thing will grenade. Alright, those 2 dots are lined up. Don't forget to put your shim back on. And just gonna, alright, so here's your exhaust. That's how you know where your exhaust valves are. Okay? Intake's closer to the carburetor, obviously. So I'm just gonna stick the push rods back down in. I put these back where they came from. All right. Alright, so these get adjusted like I showed you earlier in the video. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to silicone this cover, get it on there and get some oil on there, put it back together, put it in, see what happens. Okay, getting ready to put the cover on. So as this thing spins, this magnet that throws that out, that's what controls your RPM right here. I don't want to take it apart, but as it spins, it's like gravity pushes out some magnets. Alright, just got regular oil. I just want to put it all over everything. Later I'll put some down in the cylinder. Okay, got the silicone all over the cover. See if we can get this on. All right. You wreck it slow, it'll go. way here, while that silicone's setting up, I can work on getting the rest of it back together. No, everybody has their own way of doing things. I fly by the seat of my pants. Whatever I run across, I try to fix. Not a professional on anything. Alright, I gotta get this thing fixed too, because this is what drives me. You must see me fiddling with this thing. To change directions, I need pliers. Alright. I don't know what the torque specs on these, but I'm sure it's not much more than what this gun puts out. So. Okay. Well, that's setting up. I'm gonna go on the other side and I guess start putting it together, or this side. Another thing to watch out for, see these fins fill of crud? That's what cools these things. You gotta clean them out. Cause that thing to overheat. Very important. That's what keeps them engines cool. Alright. This is kind of a pain. You definitely don't want to watch me putting that together, because Papa Kenny will be screaming. Put my dipstick tube back in. This is a royal pain. This is going to take me some time with all these springs and whatnot. So I might have to put Not for Kids on this video if I start howling and screaming. Alright, I'm going to sort out this linkage and then I'll bring you back in, alrighty? I'm going to try to give you a better view of this. Alright, so we're going to... Alright, you take a watch of this be coming out, and this is going to come up. See this coming up? This is coming out. There's your top dead center. Put my wrench on. Feel gauge, make sure this is tight. Alright, so see how that goes like that. Here's your feel gauge, and you just stick it up under there. See how that's way too much play. So you back off the nut. And you move this in. My feel gauge is a little bit bigger than what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be 4 to 6 thousandths, and I got a 6 thousandths, so I'm at the high side. You just keep Can't go anymore. You loosen the nut a little bit. The nut just locks it down in place. It take you a few times. Alright, that's perfect. See just how it just drags. Alright, I wanted to give a clearer picture on that. So now you lock down your lock nut and you do the same thing on there. You spin that around till you get the top dead center on each one of them, then you go on the other side. I just wanted to do a better video on that. Alright? Alright. Try this again. I had the GoPro plugged in with a cord because the battery was dying. And it kept beeping on me, it kept throwing me off. I kept thought it was shutting off. Anyways, motor's back together. I got oil in it. You guys go get something to drink. Beer, soda, coffee, whatever it is. Come back, sit down. By that time, I'll have this sitting in back into the Sand Pro. That's what they call it, Sand Pro. Three-wheeler, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to set just the motor in with a couple bolts. I'm not going to put the PTO on. I just want to set in there and see how it runs. If it runs fine, we'll take it out and put PTO on. Alright, go grab a cold one or a hot one. Alright, so we started off with a tractor, three-wheeler, Sand Pro, whatever you want to call it, was skipping. It was only running on one cylinder. I took the valve cover off, seeing that the push rod was totally off the rocker arm. Then I tried to adjust the rockers, but I was out of adjustment, so I thought it needed a cam. I ended up taking the motor out, tore it all down. You guys saw me do that on the bench over there. I grabbed a head from a different engine that I had parts from before. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, I put this engine together with all used parts, used gaskets. We're gonna see if it's gonna run. What do you guys think? I have not tried it yet. It's gonna be the first go. So let's see what happens. Give it a little choke. Not bad, huh? Look at that. Whoops. I might have ran out of gas, though. That don't count. Look at that. I think it just seized. I think it just seized. I seen it was running, right? Then I thought it seized. But she's all good. The problem is, you get your better view. Crankshaft, camshaft froze. I don't know what I did wrong. So, we're gonna put a wrap on it for today. We'll get it back on it tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep on this. I don't know why that thing seized up the way it did. But all in all, we're still okay. We're still good, and I still maybe I'll get this thing working after all. Alright, thanks. We'll see you guys in the morning. Peace out. adjust the governor a little bit. Hasn't blown up yet. Now I gotta tighten up the exhaust. Look at that. That's cool. I call that a win. Right from the beginning, if I ever got this thing running, it was going to be a plus. So, I gotta adjust the governor a little bit more, put it back together, and that'll be a wrap. Alright, put the exhaust on. Let's check it out. Here we go. Countdown. Alright, so you follow me through this trip of putting this thing back together. Let me know what you all think, leave it in the comments down below. I was just informed I got a big project coming in. I gotta put a band-aid on something. A welding job, something I should be doing. Anyways, I appreciate you all watching, and I hope you liked the video. If you did, please share it. Most of all, hit that like button. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.